So last class, we talked about the features of three different loves in Confucianism, Monism, and the Western Christianity. So in today's class, we are going to find out why they have such giant differences by comparing two comparable factors which are rooted in Western and Chinese culture, their origins and manifestations. First of all, the origins of greedy love, which is the so-called benevolence in Confucianism, universal care in Monism, and philanthropism or agape in Christianity, clearly reflect the differences between the Chinese and Western culture. The Confucians lived in an era of social collapses of the Zhou dynasty, the end of the slave society and the beginning of feudal system, as the Zhou royalty declined, which is 礼坏乐崩 in English. The ritual is broken while the music is collapsed, lead to the frequent wars and social turbulence. On the one hand, Confucius was willing to maintain the slavery system. On the other hand, he was indignant at massive destructions of the war. He sought for the solution and great love was created, while Mozi argued that relying on the fixed ritual based on hierarchy, relationship, and the based on blood cannot save the troubled times, and then he put forward the universal care, emphasizing in Chinese 兼相爱,交相利, mutually care and benefit. However, the origin of the Western culture, that is the ancient Greek civilization, is a unique one of all the human Asian civilizations, because it put an end to the claim aristocracy system. Ancient Greece developed rapidly in trade, private property, and commodity economy because of its proximity to sea with a wide vision. Therefore, after entering the civilized society, the clean aristocracy system was an obstacle of the development of the commodity production rather than a promoter. Thus, people overthrew the rule of public ownership of claim system, replacing it with the private ownership of the public, and gradually formed and developed the ancient Greek city-states democracy. The city-states democracy has great significance in the fact that for the first time, people are bound beyond the blood relationship, turning people into citizens with independent rights and obligations in terms of politics and economics. In the ancient Greek city-state democracy, the ranks between people due to kinship, such as the seniors and juniors, father and son, still have a certain significance, but no longer the vital factors in social and political life, which is radically different from China's politics. Secondly, the interpretations of love is featured by different manifestations in three ideologies. From the point of the ethics thoughts, the Confucian's ideas is extremely mundane. It advocates a positive attitude, encouraging people to strive for, in Chinese, 正心,修身,齐家,治国, and 平天下. Confucius believes that the people can achieve this goal through hard work in reality. Confucian's benevolence has a realistic feasibility. It putting people's subjective wishes and objective possibilities together on the issue of human nature. People constantly cultivate virtue and sentiment through the understanding of their essential nature so that they can get along well with others. It is in real life that can realize the harmonious interpersonal relation, not the illusory afterlife. By the virtue of serious codes of conducts, it directly shows the relationships such as father and son, monarchs and ministers, brotherhoods and husband and wife, becoming the policy of benevolence, which ensure people can get along well with each other. Then, Mohi's idea, universal care, stresses on a more active spirit. Mozi regards the benefit as the standard of the moral value, which holds a denial attitude to the traditional ideas relying on ritual. Essentially, it breaks the dominance of Zhou in morality, leading to moral revolution, having enlightenment significance in opposing Confucian's traditional ideas. Mohi's outlook on suitability and advantage admits man's pursuit of interest, but doesn't take satisfaction of personal interests as the standard of perfection. Instead, it focuses on the goal and effect of 利人 and 利天下. In English, benefit the others and benefit the world. While admitting the utility does not mean Mozi denies the rule of moral principles. On the contrary, he fully affirms it. In the final analysis, moral principle is decided by certain interests, and once generated, it has relative independence and existence value. In a certain historical period, it represents the overall interests of a certain class, group, nation, and society, and it becomes a stable value faith in practice, playing the role of adjusting the social relationship and providing a common criterion. Mozi advocates 胜利 and 贵义. In English, advocating the benefit and cherishing the righteousness, not only emphasizing the utilitarian purpose, but also not denying the moral principle and standard, and achieves the unity of the benefit and the righteousness. Christian ethics tends to expose evil and pessimism in real world, considering people in real world prepare for the afterlife. In Christianity, the world is divided into two parts. One is the world where people live in the present. Another one is the paradise in which God lives. That is, the place where people hope to enter after their death, known as the afterlife. It tells people that the worldly is evil as a result of Eve and Adam's sin. People should not seek ease and comfort the real world and focus on the well-being of the afterlife instead. People suffer in real life so as to serve to enjoy a better afterlife. Therefore, there are two principles of Christianity, that is, to love others and to be abstinent with yourself. So Christ's philanthropism, or agape, takes the form of religion. People trust in God with all heart, comforting themselves in an outward way in order to build caring and harmonious relations between people with the help of religion. Philanthropism is characteristic by its regardless of tradition. Love is performed by the people's interaction with God, who is the supreme love itself, and is in conflict and confrontation with the profane love. In conclusion, I will give several key phrases during the comparing process. For the Confucianism, benevolence, the key phrase should be recovering the ritual after it's broken by restricting the human's inner desire. For the Mohism, universal care, the key phrase should be let everybody benefit and love in the worrying period. For the Christianity, philanthropism, we can summarize it as honor the God in real world community and expecting the afterlife.